guys? I am the FD Guru bringing to you guys episode 41 of my fantasy sports podcast. And today I have a big time holiday sale going on. It's right below my little webcam in the corner. And all those prices are as low as they're ever going to be. So if you're interested in anything, just message me on Twitter. And let's just roll right into tonight's NBA slate. We have 10 games on tonight's slate with a lot of injuries to talk about. So this is going to open up some value for us. This should be able to allow us to create a pretty strong lineup. So I'm just going to, bounce through each position, tell you guys a couple of guys I like, and hopefully this will help guide you through creating your own NBA lineup tonight on FanDuel. So for point guards tonight, I really like Kyrie Irving. He's at a great price at 8,100. He should be able to find his way towards 40 fantasy points tonight. At Indiana, this game should be close. Both teams are playing really good basketball. The Celtics are going to need Kyrie to be on that court, most likely 35 minutes at least. I think they're going to distribute the ball obviously through Kyrie most of the game. And Darren Collison isn't the best defender, so Kyrie should find his way to have a great game tonight. I think he's a great cash game play at 8,100. Another guy I like is Jeff Teague. We have the news of Jimmy Butler being a game-time decision with a back injury. He was only able to go through some of the practice on Sunday. So if Butler is held out, I do love Jeff Teague at 6,400. Teague had a great game last game. He had 42 fantasy points. He played 34 minutes. He plays the minutes. He hasn't been playing the best basketball as of late, but his price is as low as we're ever going to see it. If Jimmy Butler is out, this even locks him in my mind even more. The ball will be strictly run through Teague because Butler does sometimes bring the ball up and sometimes, takes up some shots and assists. So if Butler is out, Jeff Teague makes for a fantastic play at point guard. Keep an eye on things there. Even if Butler is playing, Teague is still a pretty strong play at 6,400. Definitely look towards Jeff Teague when making your lineups tonight. Another guy I like is Chris Dunn at 7,500. Dunn has solidified himself as the primary ball handler in Chicago. He should play up towards 30 minutes tonight. He has shown that he can have some really high-scoring games. This makes me more of a GPP option for Dunn. I wouldn't suggest him too heavily in cash games. His price is a little hefty. But for GBPs, he's shown he can really light up the score sheet. So keep an eye on Chris Dunn when making tournament teams. Shooting guard, I do like Oladipo. Again, I think this game is going to be very fast-paced, very competitive. And I think Oladipo is going to just have a really good game in this game. The Celtics like to give up a lot of points as well. Their defense is good, but they have shown that they have some weak spots. And a recent loss to the Jazz has shown that this Celtics team is human. And I think the Pacers are playing good enough ball lately that they can definitely stay in this game, maybe even take away a win in this game at home. Oladipo is going to be the main beneficiary of this Pacers team doing well. I think his price being down to 9,300 is very fair. His price last week was up towards 10,000, which is too much. 9,300 is a much more fair price for him. I like Oladipo in this game to spend up on at shooting guard. Another shooting guard you could look at is Andrew Wiggins. If Butler is held out, Wiggins is going to have more usage, and he's going to be a fine cash game play. If Butler is in, Wiggins has shown that he can be really sketchy at times. Butler being in will change Wiggins from a cash game play to a GBP play, so keep an eye on things. But that Butler injury matters a lot. Another shooting guard you could look for is Justin Holliday at 4,800. The Bulls should be able to stay in this game against the 76ers. The Sixers are holding out Joel Embiid in this game, and they don't have Trevor Booker coming off the bench. That's going to affect our big men plays later on in this episode. Holliday sees a bunch of minutes. His price is as low as it's been. He needs like 24 fantasy points to reach value. He's done that in 4 out of his last 5 games. I think Holiday's a pretty fair play tonight at 4,800. You could definitely see him in cash games. Holliday is a pretty good play. Another good play is Wesley Matthews at 4,800, same price. He sees about the same minutes. He'll see over 30 minutes. He's more of a GPP play just because he can throw the occasional dud of 11, 10, 19, 13. But he can have a good game like 33, 28, 41, 39. Wesley Matthews is a good GPP play just because he's going to be on that court a lot. So if he gets hot shooting the ball, he can really light up that stat sheet. So Wesley Matthews is a good GPP play in my eyes tonight. For a small forward, if you have the salary, I suggest spending up for Kevin Durant. No Steph Curry, no Draymond Green. This will pose for an extremely high usage of Kevin Durant tonight for the Golden State Warriors. I see him easily getting over 60 fantasy points. He has a dream matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers in Los Angeles. Expect Durant to come out trying to make a name for himself, but obviously he's Kevin Durant. I would say make more of a name for himself. He should have a really big game tonight. The Golden State Warriors should be able to not blow this game out. With no Curry and Green, this game should stay fairly close, especially in Los Angeles. Look for Kevin Durant to have a really nice game tonight. Another small forward I'm looking at is Andre Iguodala at 4,400. With no Draymond Green and Steph Curry, there needs to be more usage around for this Warriors team. Iguodala has been the main beneficiary of these injuries. He should easily get over 20 fantasy points tonight. I think Iguodala is a solid cash game play at small forward. Just that's about my only thing on him. He's reached value 4 out of his last 5 games. I really like Iguodala at 4,400. Power forwards, I'm looking to spend down. If you're looking to spend up, look at Ben Simmons. He should be a fine play tonight with no Joel Embiid. He's going to play probably over 35 minutes tonight. Look for him to have a lot of usage with the 76ers. He could easily get up towards 50 fantasy points to reach value. I'm not really looking towards him just because there's better plays at power forward. I really like Dario Saric. With no Embiid and Booker, the big men to go to in this game are Saric and Simmons. Saric's price is pretty fair at 6,500. He needs like 32 fantasy points to reach value. I think he does so in this game. I think the usage is just going to be way too high with him to pass up on him. Saric is a fine play against this Bulls defense that is pretty atrocious. Another power forward I like is, I remember who it was. It was someone cheap, for sure. Jordan Bell, that's right. No Draymond Green. Bell's going to get the start again. He's going to see 24 to 26 minutes. He needs like 23 fantasy points to reach value. He's done that in both games Draymond Green has been out. It's going to be really tough to fade Bell tonight. He's just too cheap. Probably going to be drawing the start. And he's just going to see too much usage with no Draymond Green on the court. So lock Bell in your cash games and just roll along with the rest of your guys. The center I'm really looking at, who is going to be probably highly owned, is Rashon Holmes at 4,500. Holmes should probably draw the start, and if he doesn't, he's going to come off the bench and have a lot of minutes. The only other big guys other than Saric and Simmons tonight are Rashon Holmes and Amir Johnson. Holmes has been playing better basketball than Johnson as of late, so expect him to get more usage. He's probably going to be the first guy off of that Sixers bench playing center tonight, and he has a great matchup against the Bulls. Rashon Holmes is in a great spot tonight for cash games at 4,500. A GPP guy you could look at is Akepe Uda. I didn't have him last game, and he had a ridiculous game of 49 fantasy points at minimum price. No Rudy Gobert. Expect Udo, or however the hell you say his ridiculous name, expect him to see 25 minutes. I don't see him doing that again. He had 6 blocks and 3 steals, which is ridiculous defensive stats. He could be a fair JPP play, though, at 4,700. He's shown that he can really have a great game, but Derek Favors is back in the lineup tonight, so don't look for Udo, or however you say his name, to have as big of a game as he did last game. That's going to do it for tonight's episode, guys. Hopefully these names draw some attention to you. And again, if you haven't noticed the sale or you want part in the sale, message me on Twitter. Until next time, guys, I am the FD Guru, and I am the sign.